to the 2016 Goodwood Festival of Speed, the ultimate motorsport garden party here in the ground.
It certainly is, yes. It's going to be a bit of a handful, but he's certainly having a go. Now, we've got various split times as these cars go up the hill. There's the next intermediate split just before they turn into Morecambe, a 28.97 at that particular point. And then there is a speed when they get to the top that is taken over the line, and of course the all-important time. That is what speed hill climbing is all about. It's a standing start. You leave in your own time once you've been given a green light. Then the front of the car breaks the timing beam. There are all sorts of intermediate splits on the way up, and then you get your finish time at the top. As I jokingly explained to some people, it's like downhill skiing the other way round. Well, it is, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
You go one by one, and it's all against the clock.
Absolutely. Kevin Cooper was quite squirrely over the brow into Morecambe in the BMW 320i, the ex-Eddie Cheever Group 5 machine. Simon Garrad is pressing on in the Renault Laguna Super Tourer as well. It's that concept. The Aston Martin Vulcan was finished just in time for this event. It's its world debut.
It is, yeah. This is the production version of it. I say production, they're making 24 to celebrate their efforts in the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
I think it's Darren Turner. I recognise that skid lid. Yeah, that's Darren Turner, factory Aston Martin GTE driver, multiple class winner in the World Endurance Championship. He's got an 800 horsepower V12 to get him uphill, so it should be pretty brisk. That should be enough, isn't it? Even for Darren Turner. Oh, he's just going slowly off now. Is he going to do a bit of a special start? Give him a wave and a cheer? Yes, he is. He's going to wreck a set of rears.
That is what 800 horsepower does to a set of rear tyres.
And nice and carefully DT past the flint wall. It's a brand new car. And how many of those are they going to make?
Just 24 of those. Yeah, just 24 to. I think it's a simple.
Marek Reichman and his team are working on a DB9 replacement.
They're working on a DB9 replacement. Whether it's called DB10, which of course they've got this car in the next Bond film called DB10, or whether the production car will be called DB11, we've yet to find out. And they're moving away from the power plants that they've used for a long time. They've got a deal with Mercedes-Benz to use AMG engines from now on.
Squirrely for the Audi R8.
Yeah, that's the new R8. Hopefully the driver has spent more time in it than we've seen it for, because this is it only made its world debut a few months ago, and this is, I think, its first debut in motion.
Oh, 911 GT3 RS comes through. Our cameras are trained on the Audi R8, but following it is the latest of the lightest, fastest, most expensive and most powerful Porsche 911s. Such a venerable shape, isn't it? Concept, isn't it? It's my favourite.
Yeah, mine.
And the wonderful 5-cylinder rasping noise from Hannu Mikkola, one of the original flying Finns in the short wheelbase Audi Sport Quattro S1. Car that only took one World Championship Rally victory in period with Walter Röhrl in the 1985 San Remo Rally. Hannu Mikkola here again. He's a great supporter of Goodwood. He designed the Forest Rally stage, didn't he, up at the top of the hill, which is a real test for our fleet of historic rally cars.
Hannu Mikkola joined Audi at the beginning of the 1981 season. He drove the very first Audi Quattro in a rally on the Monte Carlo that year. It was leading, but it broke. But then at the very next rally in Sweden, he made sure that he took the first ever victory for four-wheel drive in the World Rally Championship. And he stayed with Audi from 1981 all the way through to the end of the 1980s.
Commentary box, good afternoon, Matthew.
Hello.
Have you been out beavering around, soaking up the atmosphere?
I have, yeah. I've been down at the Cathedral Paddock actually to see some supercars and talk to some people who are putting them together and driving them. So Andy Palmer, boss of Aston Martin, will be in the DB11 this afternoon as a brave passenger. Yeah.
First of all, we've got to talk about this remarkable bit of kit. I mean, supercar doesn't really do it justice, and neither does hypercar.
No, maybe we need another one, ultracar, something even more hyper than hypercar.
Yeah.
It's the new Bugatti Chiron. Because 1,000 horsepower wasn't enough, it's going to have 1,500 when it comes out next year, I believe. And so they wanted to do more than 260 miles an hour. There's not many places you can do it, not many tyres you can do it with is, because the loading on the tyre at that sort of speed is phenomenal. So Michelin are working with them to be able to do it, and because this is a car that you can drive to the shops, it's supposed to have the durability. Probably have not seen before actually. So yes, it's cool. It's BMW's version of the BMW M4 and other things like that. It's pretty sideways running first corner.
The whatever that was that just went by just heaved a whole load of mud onto the course, right in the braking area. On the outside before the turn into Morecambe. So only rallycross drivers need apply.
Yeah, there was quite a lot. I missed that as a kid.
It was the Tesla. It was the Model X, yeah, and it ran a bit wide on the way to, and it's we've got some. It sort of resembles a farm track.
Yeah, it does really. It's not a place to go. It's not a place to go wide, is it? Really, especially on the approach to Morecambe, because the grass is so wet as well. If you go onto it, it'll be one of those things that feels like you're accelerating when you're not.
Yeah, I was talking to Hill Controller Alec Nivitt the other day, and after the first day actually, and I said everybody's been very well behaved on the way to Morecambe.
963 brake horsepower available. Just trying to lay it down on this road, which seems to get smaller and smaller as you go up the hill. It was a challenge, but it all went well, and it's a fantastic thing. It only arrived on Tuesday, so I'm being very careful with it, be nice with it, warming it up. I'm hoping that it's unique with the carbon fibre roof, which not many people have got, which was a different option, which I just felt made the car look a bit lighter on the top. I thought the black was quite heavy, so the factory did that for me. When the car came out, I shot down there in a Ferrari and did some begging, and it came off okay. But hopefully no one else will see it and go, I'd like mine in green.
Car around a high-speed circuit like Goodwood. My office for today? A beautiful 458 Ferrari Italia. This is a perfect balanced car with clever diff, carbon brake, 9,000 RPM red line, 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, and 570 horsepower. 0 to 60 take just 3.4 seconds and a top speed of 202 miles per hour. Perfect then for one of the fastest and most challenging circuits in the country. There is a few things that are quite important when you do a track day. I like to feel comfortable when I'm enjoying myself with a car like this. Is to make sure that everything is fine. Is your sitting position is good? Your
first part. Yeah, another sort of great sort of independent innovator, Horacio Pagani. Did he not work for somebody like Lamborghini?
He did, I think. Yes, he did.
And he I'm going to do this myself.
He thought, what I'm going to do this myself. Yeah, in that fantastic way. There's a great quote from Ferdinand Porsche on the stand round the corner, which says, "The car I dreamt of didn't exist, so I built it myself." And I love the fact that people are still today even deciding to go and do that.
Yeah, wonderful. The Porsche 918 Spider, which sort of raised the bar even higher in the hypercar market. And this one, with the subtle hues of Porsche Salzburg, the 917, cool, isn't it? And Richard Atwood and Hans Hermann are here this weekend. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, it is a cool thing, and it's incredibly fast, but very, very rewarding at the same time. And it's another one where Porsche would argue that pushing the boundaries with this will help on its other cars. I mean, it has other hypercars that they all look a little bit similar and do similar things. Andy Palmer has realised that and is broadening the remit of all the cars up to and including an SUV.
Yeah, Lamborghini Huracan on the course. That's one of the new. That's the Spider, isn't it? The LP610-4.
It is. Yeah, it is. That is Spider. Similar underneath to Audi's R8 V10 Plus, which is also coming up there. Four-wheel drive, mid-mounted 5.2 litre V10 engine. Naturally aspirated, as you can hear, as it downshifts to Morecambe. It's got a fabulous throttle response. It's a terrific engine.
Fantastic. And Huracan means wind.
Yeah, I think like all Lamborghinis, they're named after famous fighting bulls.
Right.
But hence the bull on the badge.
Yeah. Perfect. So lots of great cars. A couple of Porsches coming off the line. A new Audi R8 V10. And he's running right up at the front in 2016. Vastly experienced. the Team Dynamics car, and it comes through the first corner and through the second right, and flashes in front of the house under the bridge. Keep an eye on the clock. This has got to be the fastest time so far. These guys are in a little battle of their own. 7 touring cars going great guns.
Interesting to see that there's not much between Matt Neal and the Labatt. Sierra Cosworth has just been up, so there's a 30-year difference in eras, isn't there? Matt Neal on his way. He's been sharing this car this weekend with his teammate Gordon Shedden. 5 British Touring Car Championships between them in that car, if you follow my thread. Matt Neal, time ticking away, 58.39 seconds, and he breaks the beam.